class. We go to aplusstudents.com. We select math as the subject. This is a grade 6 maths lesson. And the topic for today is two-dimensional figures. And the chapter number is, I'll just give you the chapter 30, lesson number 13. Chapter number 30, and the lesson number is 13 for today. And the name of the lesson is Complementary and Supplementary angles. We would be looking at the angles between lines. Two intersecting lines would always form angles, right? So let's look at let's go to the topic, grade 6 maths. Okay. So first I'll explain what complementary and what supplementary angles are. Complementary angles, they sum up to, sum of the angles is 90 degrees. Okay, simple words. All the angles in a complementary would be, they would have a total of, they would measure up to, they would add up to, their sum would be 90. Whereas supplementary angles, the sum of the angles would be 180. Okay, that's a basic definition or the difference between complementary angles and supplementary angles. Okay, let's start off with the questions. Okay, if I would say the first question given to us says the measure of the angle is 137. Okay, we'll try to draw a rough sketch as well. For question number 1, it says the measure of the angle is 137. What is the measure of the supplementary angle? And we know that supplementary would be always equals to 180. Even if we forget that if supplementary was 180, we can see the angle given over here is 137, right? Which is greater than 90. So we cannot be doing a total of 90. It has to be a total of 180. Let's suppose if we are given a line is always 180. An angle of 137 is given to us. 137 would be obviously greater than 90, right? We have to find this missing angle. Okay, if we say this is x, okay, angle, any variable we can suppose, right? That means the sum of these two angles would be 137 plus the missing angle should be equals to 180, because we are trying to find the supplementary angle. We can subtract 137 on both sides, and 180 minus 137 is, we know that 180 minus 137 should be, this becomes 7, it gives it 10 minus 7 is 3, 7 minus 3 is 4. That means the missing angle comes out to be 43 degrees. Do we agree? Okay. Moving ahead to the next question. Okay, the next question says the measure of the angle is 65. Find the complementary angle. Okay, we need to follow the terminology. Okay, I do have some questions for you. We would do those as well just for now. Hi Ashik, welcome to the class. We are doing supplementary and complementary angles. Supplementary would be the sum of 180 and the complementary angles will have a sum of 90. Okay, let's do these. For the question number 2, I would again try to draw the diagram, but since it says complementary, that means it has to be a right angle. The, the sum of the angles cannot exceed 90. Agreed? If this was a right angle, and we always represent the right angle with a box angle, agreed? So in this case, if the measure of the angle is 65, if one of the angles given to us was 65, the larger angle would be 65, obviously, right? Then can we find the smaller angle? Can we say the smaller angle was y? We can directly do the working, right? 90 minus 65 would be 25, but it is always better to show the working. So we can say 65 plus the missing angle should be equals to 90 because they're using the term complementary angle. That means y would be equals to 90 minus 65. How do I subtract? 90 minus 60, 9 minus 6 is 3, right? So 90 minus 60 would be 30. 30 minus 5 is 25. Agreed? So let's look at some examples over here. Some more questions. Okay. I just did find a few questions for you. If it's a little blur, I'll rewrite it. Okay. This angle is given as 62. They're asking us to find the complementary angle. That means they're asking us to find the missing angle over here that makes a right angle. Agreed? So what should be that missing angle? So we can say 90 minus 62. 90 minus 60 is 30 and 30 minus 2 would be 28. That means the complementary angle for this shape would be 28 degrees. Agreed? The next question, they're asking us to find the complementary angle for question number B. Okay, let's say I would start naming these questions as question numbers. Okay. Okay. So this would be question number 3 for question number 4. If the given angle to us was, this given angle was 27, we need to find the missing angle because we are asked to find the complementary angle. Okay. Hi, peace. Let's do complementary. The sum of complementary angle is always 90. So what we can say is 90 minus 27, and we know the subtraction. 10 minus 7 would be 3, 8 minus 2 would be 6. So we can say this comes out to be 63. Okay, we will look at supplementary and we will look at complementary, both the angles. For question number 5, they're asking us to find the complementary angle. Okay, we need to find the complementary angle for this. If this given angle was 44, we need to find this missing angle. And we know that in complementary angles, the sum of the angle is always 90, right? So we can say 90 minus 44. 90 minus 40 is 50. 50 minus 4 would be 46. That means this angle comes out to be, the complementary angle for this diagram comes out to be 46. Agreed? Okay, perfect. For question number 6, they are asking us to write the supplementary angle for this given question. Supplementary means, see, we saw over here, supplementary means the sum is 180, right? That means if we need to find supplementary angle over here, we basically need to find this missing angle. And if this angle was given as 110, then the other angle should be, can I have the answer? Can I have the answer? The other angle should be, the missing supplementary angle should be, okay, great. That means 180 minus 110. That means it comes out to be 70. The supplementary angle for 110 is 70. Okay. If this angle was given as 150, sorry, if this angle in the next question, this angle was given as 159. Question number 7. So can we find the supplementary angle? That means the sum of both the angles was 180 minus 159. 180 minus, yes, perfect. Thank you, peace. 180 minus 150 is, it's difficult, right? But 18 minus 15 is, what is 18 minus 15? That is 3. So 180 minus 150 would be 30, and 30 minus 9 is 7 minus 5 would be 7 minus 5 would be 2. That means this angle comes out to be 21. Therefore, the supplementary angle, perfect. Thank you, peace. Therefore, the supplementary angle of 159 is 21. For the next question, we need to find the supplementary angle for question number 8. In order to find the supplementary, this should be the supplementary, right? This was given as 97, and this was the missing. So 180 minus 97. Okay. You're welcome. Thank you so much. Okay. See, when 180 minus 90, half of 180 is always 90, right? So what we can say is 180 minus 90 is 90. And 90 minus 7 would be 83. That means this supplementary angle would be 83. Okay. For the next question, it says, circle the pair of angles. That is question number 9. They're saying, circle the pair of angles that are supplementary. Okay. Harry boy, we are doing supplementary and complementary angles, right? So in case of supplementary, the sum is 180. In case of complementary, the sum is 90. They are asking us supplements. That means supplementary angle. This angle was 121. This angle was 103. This was 67. And this was 56. And this was 77. So which two angles would be supplementary? Which two angles will have a sum of 180? See, 121 plus, if the first angle plus 103, it becomes 200. We cannot do it. 121 plus 67, 7 plus 1 is 9. It will not be 180. All I'm trying to look over here is, just a moment, please. Okay, see, for the last question, what I'm trying to see over here is, this is 121. 121 plus 103, that's greater than 180, right? Not possible. 121 plus 67, the last part comes out to be 8. It cannot be 180 because we have to have a 0 at the end, right? Just by looking at this number, 121, 56. When we add these two together, it becomes 7, right? We cannot take this. 121 and 77, it still becomes 8. It would not be equal to 180. But if we say we had 103 with 67, this is 10, 1. We cannot do 170. 103, 56, it ends at 9, not possible. But 103 and 77, this is agreed. So that means this and this circle, they both are supplementary to each other, right? 103 plus 77 would be supplementary. Agreed? Okay. Let me just copy this somewhere else. Okay. The next question says, find the complementary. Okay. Do we perfect? 103 and 77. So we did this. We understood question number 9. We just had to highlight which two questions. We just had to highlight which two angles would supplement each other. Supplement means 100. Oh, boy, typing error. 1093 degrees. Very big. We can only have 360 degrees because after 360 the circle finishes, right? Up till your level only 360 degrees. Okay, just a moment please. If I would just put these questions. Okay, I'll resize them because I think they're visible. Okay, I'll just rewrite the values. Okay, because I don't want to waste time on doing the diagrams. Okay, so in this case, the question number 10 says, find the complementary. This is A. Okay, the angle given is 37. We need to find the complementary angle. So what is the complementary angle? What is the complementary angle given to us? The complementary angle for the first question would be, if the smaller angle given to us is 37, what would be the other complementary angle? What would be the complementary? Because in complementary, we know that the sum of the angles is always 90, right? It has to be 90. And 90 is a box angle. That means 90 minus 37. 90 minus 30 is 60. 60 minus 7 is 53. That this angle comes out to be 53. This complementary angle. In question number 11, it says 23 degrees. So what should be the complementary angle? In question number 11, if one angle given is 23, then what should be the complementary angle? We know that in complementary angles, the sum of the angles is always 90. Perfect. Thank you. Because this was 90. 90 minus 23. What I do is 90 minus 20 is 70. 70 minus 3 is 67, right? Okay, thank you. What about question number 12? If this was given as 62, then the missing angle should be? If this angle, given angle is 62, what should be the missing angle? That would be complementary, means 90 minus 60 is 30. 30 minus 2 would be? Yes, perfect. That would be 28. That means the complementary angle of 62 is 28. Moving ahead to question number 13. If the given angle to us was 31, I'll just rewrite it. If the given angle to us was 31, what should be the complementary angle? To find the complementary, we know that 90 minus 31. 90 minus 30 is 60. And 60 minus 1 would be 59. So we can say that the complementary angle of 31 is always 59. Agreed? Okay. Let's look at the next question. If this given angle was 46, we need to find the complementary angle. Okay. What could be the complementary angle for 46? For 46, the sum of the angles should be 90. It's okay, Ashik. Let's continue, okay? So if one of the angles given is 46, then the other angle should be? Okay. We know that this should be, question number 14 should be 90 minus 46. And we also need to remember that the half of 90 is always 45, right? And 46 is very near to 45, right? So the answer would be 90 minus 40 is 50. 50 minus 6 would be 44. That means the complementary angle of 46 is 44. Perfect. 44 degrees. Thank you. What about question number 15? We need to find the complementary. Would it be 30? I'm asking a question. Would it be 30? If because one angle is 70, the other should be? The other angle should be? Can you give me the answer? Question number 15. If the given angle to us is 70. Perfect, Ashik. 90 minus 70. See, now we know that whenever we hear the term complementary, we will take the sum up to 90. And whenever we will hear the term supplementary, the total will have to be 180. So in this case, 90 would minus 57, right? Easy way to do this is, hi Akan, welcome to the class. We are doing complementary angles and supplementary. Okay, the sum of complementary is always 90. If I need to subtract 57 from 90, what I do usually is 90 minus 50 is 40 and 40 minus 3 is 33. Agreed? So you don't even have to write this. Okay, I'm just writing this information to show you the working. But if you can do it mentally in your mind, just do it. 90 minus 50 is 40. 40 minus 7 is 3. For the next question, question number 17. If the angle was given as 65, what is the complementary angle? That means 90 minus 60 would be 30. Like 9 minus 6 is 3. 90 minus 60 is 30, right? Because it's intense. And 30 minus 5 would be, it would be perfect. Yes, thank you. It would be 25, because the sum of these two angles has to be a right angle, right? Agreed? The sum of these two angles has to be right angle. So we say 90 minus 65 comes out to be 25. Therefore, the complementary angle of 65 is, yes, perfect. Thank you, Ashik. Therefore, the complementary angle would always be the sum of 90. Okay. Let's have another word problem. In the next question, they're not giving us the diagram. They're giving us word problems. Okay. Let's keep it over here. Just a moment, please. Let me realign this. So this word problem tells us that one of the angles is given to us, and we just need to find the measure of the complementary angle. Let this be our question number 18. Complementary is very important for us. Okay, thank you. I think there is a lapse. Okay. I'll start off with question number 18. Okay. Yes, your answers are correct. I'll just move back so that you can compare, right? 59, 33, 20, 44, 25, right? So let's go to the last question, question number 8, to the next question, right? It says complementary, and we know that complementary, the sum is 90. So if the sum of these two angles has to be 90 degrees, and one of the angle given to us is 76. If this angle was given to us as 76, perfect. So we say the complementary angle of 76 is 14. Agreed? That would be a statement. So we can say x over here, x plus 76 would be equal to 90, and x would be 90 minus 76, and the complementary angle of, I'll write in a statement also, the complementary angle of 76 is 14 degrees. Agreed? We can give a statement, we can write the working, okay? For the same question, if I would change one word, and you know that word, right? If I would say, what is the measure of the supplementary? I just changed one word from complementary, we made it a supplementary, okay? And we know that in supplementary, the sum of the angles is always a straight line, and a straight line is 180 degrees. So if this angle was given to us, that was angle is 76, right? If one angle is acute, the other has to be obtuse. Can we find the value of this missing angle? If we say this was y, so can we say y plus the supplement of y would be equals to 180? That means y is equals to 180 minus 76. 180 minus 70 is 110. And 110 minus 6 is 104. So we can say the supplementary angle of 76 is 104. Do we agree? We took the same angle and we tried to find the supplementary angle of 76. Then we try to find the first we try to find the complementary and then we try to find the supplementary, right? Okay. Let's move ahead with the next question. Okay. For the next question, it says the measure of the angle is this. We need to find the complementary. Okay, what is the measure of the complementary angle? Question number 20. I'll just recopy this for the next question. Okay. They're asking us if the measure of an angle is 48. That means if an angle is given to us that is 48 degrees, they're simply asking us what would be the complementary angle. Complementary means the sum of the angles should be 90. If I say this for the angle x, so we can say x plus 48 is equals to 90 because we see the word complementary. 90 minus 40 is 50 and 50 minus 8 would be 42. Perfect. Perfect. So we can say the complementary angle of 48 is 42. Thank you, Ashik. Thank you, peace. Okay. Same question, change of values. I'll remove complementary. For question number 21, I'll just simply write supplementary over here. with the same angle. So if we knew the angle given to us was 48 degrees, right? And we had to find the supplementary. The supplementary would mean the sum of the angles would be 180. It should be 180. So we can say this was the angle Y. We're supposing any variable, right? Y plus 48 should be equals to 180, and Y would come out to be 180 minus 48, and Y comes out to be 132. So we can say the supplementary angle of 48 is 132. Perfect. Thank you. I think this is the same, like just calculating the same values, right? So let's try to do the test. Okay, so that let's see how many questions are there in the test so that we may be able to finish the test right now. Okay, let's try to do the maximum number of questions. Okay, there are 17 questions. We'll try our level best to do the maximum questions. Okay, okay, let's go with the test. The question number 1 from the test says, I would just need a minute. I don't want this. This is our question number 1 for the test. We have two options. You can always write Q1A or B. You can give your answer as Q1A, question 1, B for question number 2A, and so on, right? So that I would know what your answers are. So this is the first question. We need to find the supplementary angle. Very easy. I would want to know the logic as well. How did you find this? Once you give the answers, let's discuss the logic for question number 1. Sometimes you don't have to solve the question in order to find the answer. Sometimes we can look at the question and we know the answer. So what is the answer for question number 1? Option A, option B. So the question number 1 says 119 is given to us, right? Supplementary is 180. The 180 minus 119, that means 180 minus 110, that would be 70. 70 minus 9 is, no, 100 and, sorry, 1 8, that would be 60, sorry, no, 180 minus 110 is 70. 70 minus 9 is 61. Okay, we got this answer. So we had to do this working, right? But if I only look at these numbers, 119 was one of the angles, right? It ends with an odd number. In order to make a sum that is an even number, it cannot end with an even number. If you add 2 and 9, If you add 2 and 9, it would become odd, right? It would not become 180. So all I did was I add 61 to 91. If I add 1 to 9, that would give me an answer, right? Complementary. Thank you. Thank you, peace. Thank you, Mano. Ashik and peace. That means minus 48 would be 42. Perfect. In question number 1, rather than solving the question, we could only have seen the two options available. One was even, one was odd. The even is not possible because the angle given is already 119. So we would need a supplementary angle that is odd. Okay, let's see question number 3. If this is the information given in question number 3, and they are asking what is the measure of the supplementary angle. Question number 3, option A, option B. We know that supplementary is always 180. Very simple. Add the last two digits. Rather than adding both the numbers, if even you can sum up the last two digits and they become a 0, that means they are good enough. Just a minute. I'll just show you again what I was saying. I meant okay. In question number 3, what I was saying was, if this number was 72, right? I'll rewrite it. If this number was 72 and the options were 108 and 102, right? If we add 72 to 108, when we add these numbers, it becomes a 0. When we add 72 to 102, it becomes a 4. Anything, this cannot go up to 180, right? But this can be 180. Agreed? So, but just by looking at the last digits, we can also find the answer. For question number 4, what are the possible answers? These two are the possible answers that we have. Option A, option B. We need to find the supplementary angle. Yes, that's correct. How about question number 4? What can we say about question number 4? I'm only looking at the last digits. This has a 7. That is odd, right? 22 is even. Even plus odd. I'll just write it again. 107, right? 107 ends with an odd number. If we add an even number to an odd number, it will not give us 180 ending with a 0, right? But 3 plus 7 is 0. Agreed? That means just by looking at the even and odd, if one is even and one is odd, we can find the answer. But if both are even and both are odd, then we have to find the sum. Thank you. Perfect. For the next question, it says, if these were the answers given, complementary, yes, thank you. At least they give us some complementary as well. This is our question number 5 with the options A and B. As per your answer, this is option A. Perfect. What about question number 5? You need to remember it says complementary. Supplementary 180, complementary 90. So 90 minus 30 should be, or 30 plus, if we add 30 to 20, is it 90? No. 30 plus 60? Yes, obviously 90. Question number 5, option B. Perfect. Okay. So easy questions. Please do complete the remaining questions. We are done with 5. A dozen are left. Dozen means 12 questions are left. Okay. Please do complete those questions so that you may have more practice. Okay. Yes, I understand. Question number 5, option B is the correct answer. Thank you, Ashik. Thank you, Peace. Okay. So please do complete the remaining questions. Have a nice day. Take care.